York Mets baseball is brought to you in part by Omnipoint. 100% digital, 0% hassle.
And back here at Busch Stadium in front of a big crowd, the Cardinals and the Mets. 4-2, the Mets on top of the Cardinals. Go to the bottom of the fourth inning, and Ron Gant will lead it off. Gant 0 for 1 in this game. Al Leiter's first pitch, breaking ball, swung on and missed, so it's 0-1 on Gant. Remember Gant coming up to the major leagues in 1987, but in '89 went all the way back down to A-ball to learn how to play the outfield.
He was a infielder, and even though Gant means glove in French, he could not field in the infield.
But that guy can. Ordonez, they get Gant one down.
Went back and learned how to play the outfield, and then started a wonderful career, and then a motorcycle accident when he broke his leg almost ended the career right there.
But he came back. He's put up some good numbers since, although he's struggling this year as far as his batting average is concerned. A batter now, Tom Pagnazzi. He grounded out his first time up. Pagnazzi pulls it foul towards the Met dugout once again. 0-1 on Pagnazzi.
That inside slider making the Cardinal batters hit the ball into the Mets dugout.
Pagnazzi will be followed by Tatis. And the 0-1 pitch, pop foul, and out of play.
Pagnazzi got his first hit off the Mets in his rookie year, and his first home run. That came off Sid Fernandez. First hit tied the game in the 9th, and the Cardinals won the game in the 10th.
0-2 on Pagnazzi. Down low and off the plate. 1-2.
Check out Pagnazzi's eyes.
I like it. Outside, most catchers today move from corner to corner.
He has been looking back at the catcher just prior to the pitch on most of the pitches.
All he's looking for is location. 2-2 pitch. Way inside. 3-2. Did he peek? If he did, it was dangerous there because Piazza was sitting in the middle of the plate.
He did not move, and that would indicate a fastball inside, and that's what he got.
So 3-2 now on Tom Pagnazzi facing Al Leiter. Cardinals trailing by 2. It's on top of that ball, but it rolls into foul territory, so we'll do it again at 3-2. Pagnazzi batting .219 this year. He won the job here in St. Louis because he was a good defensive catcher. But he did swing a decent bat. He's dealt with some injuries which set him back.
Last year it was the arm. He had a tricep injury, as well as a calf injury and a hip injury.
He's a .286 batter a lifetime against the Mets.
Well, it's 3-2 on Pagnazzi. Foul back and out of play. Count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. If you just tuned in, you're watching all the action on Fox Sports New York. Fernando Tatis on deck. Another big crowd on hand here at Busch Stadium for the Cards. Another foul ball out of play. Count remains 3-2. What a franchise in St. Louis, Missouri. People come from 100 miles away to games here.
How about doing it? Memphis, Tennessee, a big following from Memphis here in St. Louis. Of course, their #1 farm club is in Memphis now.
And a 3-2 pitch to Pagnazzi. Strike 3 call. Pagnazzi disagrees with C.B. Buckner. Whoops.
Well, that's not a good way for Pagnazzi to get any calls himself behind the plate later in this game.
You got to be really careful what you do and say to the umpire.
You know what the most important thing in his mind right now is? Swinging that bat. He doesn't care about his pitcher.
He probably said, you don't give our pitcher those kind of strikes. Why me? Fastball, and Piazza a good job of framing the ball in the strike zone. After catching it, maybe outside.
And Fernando Tatis just fouled the ball off his foot. 0-1 on the Cardinals shortstop. I should say third baseman.
Tatis tattooed Tatis there.
Barry Weinberg, the trainer with the St. Louis Cardinals. Longtime trainer in Oakland when Tony La Russa was the manager out there.
And they had a legendary trainer here for the Cardinals way back when. His name was Doc Weaver. And he was the trainer in the heyday of the Cardinals in the pre-war days, World War II.
Oh,
all bone.
And above the padding. So Tatis is okay. It's 0-1 on the Cardinal third baseman. 2 men are out. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning. It's 4-2 Mets. Leiter will probably get him again on that foot if he throws him a down and in slider. Tatis drives the ball deep to left field. Will it stay fair? No. Foul ball. McGuire hit one like that his first time up, just foul.
That's an inside fastball and gets the ball out of the ballpark, but not fair. Didn't limp as he thought that ball might be a home run.
Yeah, Leiter was hoping.
Al's only given up 3 home runs so far this year, so it's something of an unfamiliar feeling.
0-2 on Tatis. Mets with 6 hits in this game. The Cardinals only 2 off Leiter. That foul ball right below us. So the count remains no balls and 2 strikes. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Tatis against Leiter. Up high, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Leiter has walked just 2 batters in this game, but he has been pitching around about the strike zone. He hasn't had the good command.
Down low. So it's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning in front of a huge crowd here in St. Louis. The Mets and the Cardinals. Bobby Valentine looking on along with Bob Apodaca. 3-2. Matt Morris, the pitcher, on deck, batting in the 8th slot. And the 3-2 pitch. There's a line drive base hit in the left center field. McRae cuts it off, gets the ball back in. So Fernando Tatis with his first hit of the game.
And the first hit since the first inning for the Cardinals. Tatis coming to the Cardinals from Texas. Gets a fastball in the 3-2 pitch, and sitting on the fastball gets the base hit.
Why not throw him a fastball when you have the pitcher up next? And it's such a luxury for the Mets here, the way the lineup is stacked up for the Cardinals. If you get Matt Morris, the pitcher, then you have the number 9 batter leading off the 5th inning. And Luis Ordaz, for the time being, is hit like a number 9 batter.
Outside, ball 1 to Matt Morris. Same two teams go at it again tomorrow night. We'll bring you all the action on Fox Sports New York. On deck, Luis Ordaz. Morris fouls the ball off. 1-1.
You know, that strategy of Tony La Russa will work a lot better when and if Ordaz or whomever else hits in that 9th spot starts getting on base.
He wants to have more men on base for Mike McGuire.
Down low. 2-1.
And it hasn't worked out that way since they started doing this, betting the pitcher 8th at the start of the second half of the season.
And the 2-1 pitch. Swung at and missed 2-2.
Can you outthink the game after 140 years or whatever it's been?
Well, it goes back to 1876. I don't think he can. Although La Russa is a very bright guy. La Russa passed his bar exam.
Morris goes down swinging. The Cardinals stranded a runner here in the bottom of the 4th. Mets have the lead. Tatis misses a home run by inches. Leiter's happy, and we'll be.
Come in and have a heated conversation with Alternative Heat in Paramus, the experts in gas, pellet, wood-burning stoves, and fireplaces. They have only the finest, like the Mendota gas fireplace with direct venting and 80% efficiency. And with over 20 years personal experience, you're assured quality service and expert installation for a custom-designed fireplace and mantle. Alternative Heat. It's not just stoves and fireplaces, it's a lifestyle. 300 Route 17 North, Paramus.
My general manager is selling cars and trucks so cheap, he's driving me nuts. Bruce says I can't sell cars at these low prices, but I say everything must go.
At Butler Chrysler Plymouth Jeep, you'll find the largest selection of new Chrysler, Plymouth, Jeeps, and pre-owned cars and trucks, all at bottom-line prices. Prices so low, Bruce hates them, but you'll love them. Butler Chrysler Plymouth Jeep is also your home to state-of-the-art service, no matter where you bought your automobile.
Low overhead equals low prices at Butler Chrysler Plymouth Jeep. Oh, you're killing me.
To earn your trust. Fox Sports News Primetime. Frank and Joe Torre.
Well, it's not very often you win 2 World Series in 2 days.
Tonight, 2 brothers, affair of the heart. Fox Sports News Primetime on Fox Sports New York.
That's Jim Toomey, tonight's scorer of the game, brought to you by NAM, National Arbitration and Mediation, the most timely, cost-effective way to settle your legal disputes. And he has shaved some runs off of Matt Morris's ERA.
Mike Piazza just took a strike from Matt Morris. It's 4-2 Mets on top of the Cardinals, top of the 5th.
Remember last time Piazza was up, he hit that ground ball towards shortstop, on which Ordaz, the shortstop, backed up almost into short left field. Originally it was ruled a base hit as the ball got through. Now it's ruled an error, which means the runs which scored in that inning are unearned.
Piazza hits the ball to the right side. Scored 4-3. Kelly to McGuire, 1 down.
And the Piazza's attorney will be calling Jim Toomey very shortly.
Well, Todd Hundley will come to the plate now. If you missed it, he hit a McGuire-like shot here at Busch Stadium his last time up in the 3rd inning.
Fastball and a 2-run home run, his first for the Mets in 77 at-bats. I don't know where that ball ended up, but it was a long way.
Ended up in a luxury suite. Hundley takes up high, 1-0. He scorched that ball. Unlike Brian Jordan, the right fielder just turned and watched. Morris throws him a curveball. He takes it for a strike, so it's 1-1 on Todd Hundley. 1 man out. Mets on top of the Cardinals, 4-2. There's the luxury suite. They caught the ball right there. Hundley unable to check his swing. 1-2. So Hundley, who struck out his first time up, in his second at bat, crushed a fastball. It's 1-2 on Todd Hundley. He took the curveball in this at bat for a strike. Gets the heater inside. 2-2. Quiet here at Busch Stadium. Breaking ball is fouled off.
One of the reasons why the pitchers are not working quickly for the most part. I mean, earlier in the game there were runners on base, which is going to slow the pace down, but it's very hot. It's rather humid here as well, and for the most part the pitchers have taken their time.
The people have come out to see Mark McGwire hit a home run. Hundley swinging over the off-speed pitch. 2 down.
This copyrighted telecast is authorized under television rights granted by the New York Mets solely for the private non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, retransmission, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the New York Mets and Fox Sports New York is prohibited.
And Brian McRae just took a ball, so it's 1-0 on McRae. He's 1 for 2. He's doubled in his game, and he's grounded out. Breaking ball, call strike, 1-1. That ball's a hanger, isn't it, Ralph?
Mm-hmm.
I'm losing my eyesight. And the 1-1 pitch. Fouled out of play. 1-2. It's hot and it's humid here in St. Louis.
One of the things they have done here with this ballpark is take out the artificial turf. They put a thermometer on the turf when they opened this ballpark. In the summertime, it was 160 degrees.
And you saw the perspiration in Matt Morris's hat. There's a fan who refuses to perspire.
When they played the All-Star game here, people were being carried out on stretchers, and Casey Stengel said, this holds heat very well.
See the perspiration on the hat of Matt Morris. He has a count of 3-2 on Brian McRae. 2 men are gone. McRae skies it. Gant comes in, calls for it, and makes the grab for round number 3. So the Mets go quietly. Here in the 5th inning, they fail to score. We've played 4.5 here at Busch Stadium. The Mets have a 4-2 lead, and we'll be back.
No matter how high the thermometer climbs or how sticky the humidity gets, nothing will be hotter this summer than the deals you'll get during Jeep Summer Days. Like a 0-down $279 a month Cherokee lease with only $774 due at signing. With all this, including air conditioning at no extra charge. Or get a great price on Jeep Wrangler. But you'd better hurry in because deals this incredibly hot are bound to cool down fast. Check out this $279 lease at your dealer.
This program is brought to you in part by NAM, National Arbitration and Mediation, the most timely and cost-effective way to settle your legal disputes.
Going to the last of the 5th inning here in St. Louis. Mets leading 4-2. Brian McRae flew out to left field to end the inning. One small move by Ron Gant. One child's life made by the gesture.
Isn't that great?
Nice go and run, Gant. Well, here's our Jeep game summary. Mets building a 4-2 lead halfway through. They got on top early. The Cardinals answered right back, and then Todd Hundley provided his first home run of the year. John Olerud looking to tie Hubie Brooks' team batting streak record.
And Luis Ordaz pops the ball up in the infield. Carlos Baerga makes the grab, one down. 4-2, the Mets on top of the Cardinals, the first of a 3-game series here.
That is a well-synchronized effort on the part of Met fans that we assume made the trip from New York. Saw several Met fans in the lobby of the hotel.
How about on a plane coming out here? At the airport. Mets are represented, the Met fans are represented here at Busch Stadium. You got to assume he's a Mets fan. As Pat Kelly takes down low, ball one.
Deductive reasoning at its best.
Or could that be a decoy? 1-0 on Pat Kelly. He hits a long drive down left field line, but it's curving foul and out of play. So 1 ball and 1 strike, and a former Yankee facing a former Yankee, Al Leiter.
Well, the Mets have had 14 wins and 7 losses in their last 21 games. They're half a game out in the wild card. So the interest is certainly mounting for the Mets.
Mets will be back home next week. Start a homestand up high to Kelly, 2-1. During the homestand, Mark McGwire and the Cardinals come to town for 4 games in 2 days. 2-1 pitch to Kelly. Checks his swing. Easy play for Baerga. 2 down.
Well, the Beanie Babies are coming back to Shea, and hopefully you'll be there too on the 22nd of this month against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Curly will be the featured attraction, and all kids 14 and under will get Curly the Beanie Baby. For tickets, call 718-507-TIXX.
And Ray Langford takes a strike from Al Leiter. It's 0-1. Langford 1 for 2. He has a double in his ball game. Doing a fine job patrolling center field for the Cardinals again this year. Up high, 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch from Leiter. There's a high fly ball, center field. Camping under it, Brian McRae, and that'll do it for the Cardinals as they go quietly here in the 5th. And after 5 at Busch Stadium, hot and humid Busch Stadium, it's 4-2 Mets.
John Lithgow performs the Discover Card Dial-Along song.
An extemporaneous piece.
Provided for your dialing pleasure while you call 1-800-IT-PAYS-2 and apply for your Discover Card, the card with the cashback bonus award that always pays you back.
That was a nice surprise.
And that's music to everyone's ears. It pays to Discover. To apply, call 1-800-IT-PAYS-2. Accepted where you see the Novus sign.
Break through to the new world of Mach 3 from Gillette. The first triple blade shaving system. 3 blades specially positioned to shave progressively closer. You take 1 stroke, it takes 3. So you don't have to shave the same area over and over, which means less irritation. 3 blades, fewer strokes, less irritation. Mach 3 from Gillette.
Having fun yet? Then get to the summer of fun and nobody beats the whiz. Buy the fun stuff you want and get more fun stuff, like special offers, tickets to games, Madison Square Garden, Radio City Music Hall with select purchases. See newspaper for details. Nobody beats the whiz. A Cablevision company.
For 100
100 years, Biv the Michelin Man has symbolized our never-ending quest to invent the best tires in the world. Michelin, celebrating 100 years of innovation.
Time for the Coors Light Silver Bullet sixth. Carol Slattery from New York is tonight's lucky fan. So if a Met homers this inning, Carol gets dinner for two at the office. And Carlos Baerga takes a breaking ball from Matt Morris to start the sixth inning. Mets will have Baerga, Ray Ordonez, and Al Leiter, the batting third of their batting order against Morris. Fastball inside. Mets have had 6 hits off of Morris. Baerga has grounded to second and been caught looking. Inside, 2-1. Interesting to see how far Tony La Russa goes with Morris tonight. Breaking ball to the right side. Pat Kelly takes care of Baerga, 1 away.
Well, between innings, conversation being held in the dugout by Mike Piazza along with Al Leiter. They were talking about how a ball moved. And Leiter's talking about, I'm going to make it go down. Apodaca's listening. That was a breaking ball Leiter was talking about right there. Probably the slider.
Ray Ordonez 1 for 2. Lines it to center. Length and again. What a circle around that grab. That's the second play tonight on which Ray Lankford has gotten an outstanding jump. He robbed Tony Phillips in the 4th inning and takes a base hit away from Ordonez here. 2 men away.
Two identical top catches by Lankford. The other was on Tony Phillips.
Well, he was in full stride almost off the crack of the bat. And Ray Ordonez had reason to believe that he was going to be 2 for 3. But Lankford took care of that dream. So now 2 men away. Nobody on. And Al Leiter coming up. Nothing in 1. The Cardinals through the years have had some outstanding defensive center fielders. Ralph talked about Curt Flood before. Rated after the 1969 season. Willie McGee did a solid job for them in center field throughout the 1980s. And Ray Lankford's been the guy in the 90s.
And you can go back to the Gas House Gang, and Terry Moore in center field was a great one.
Leiter caught looking. Easy inning for Matt Morris with a little help from his defense. Mets go in order. Second straight inning that Morris has retired the side. 1-2-3. McGuire will lead off for the Redbirds. It's 4-2 New York.
You may find yourself strangely obsessed, captivated, mesmerized. You can't help it. It's beyond your control. You are not alone. There's something you need to find. Feed your need. Shark Week. Tonight and every night this week at 9 Eastern and Pacific on the Discovery Channel. Explore your world.
No matter how high the thermometer climbs or how sticky the humidity gets, nothing will be hotter this summer than the deals you'll get during Jeep Summer Days. Like a 0 down, $319 a month Grand Cherokee Laredo lease with only $814 due at signing. Or during summer days, take advantage of low 1.9% financing. But you'd better hurry in because deals this incredibly hot are bound to cool down fast. Check out this $319 lease at your dealer.
Only God makes better copies.
I'm Kelly Olerud. How would you like to win John Olerud's jersey?
I'm Gloriana Ordonez. This Ray Ordonez jersey could be yours.
The Mets are taking the shirts off their backs for the Muscular Dystrophy Association. Buy a raffle ticket during the August 23rd game against Arizona, and you could be presented with a player jersey on the field at the end of the day.
Show up at Shea.
In support of the MDA.
I like the one on the left. Sosa is a cheeseburger compared to the Big Mac.
We're going to look at the Big Mac right now. He is immense.
Well, wait, look at that on the right. Anybody drive to St. Louis from Hawaii anytime in the recent past? You may have a record setter there. Driving from Hawaii. Now remember, I showed you this last time McGwire was up. On every pitch, the crowd in anticipation, at the very least, of crystallizing McGwire's swing on film, much less a home run, will fire up the flashbulbs. McGwire's walked and been caught looking. 4-2 Mets, last of the 6th inning. 0-1. McGwire out in front of the off-speed pitch. He has been remarkably ordinary considering the kind of season that he's had since the All-Star break. Well, I don't think it was fair for anyone to expect 80 home runs or whatever the pace was. There's a guy with a camera right behind the home plate ump, C.B. Buckner. Leiter missed away, a ball and a strike. One to McGwire. Pop foul. That'll reach the seats.
August 25th, 1986. Mark McGwire with his first major league home run. Look at the size of him here. It goes to center field. That's off of the Tigers and Chet Lemon, the center fielder. And that was McGwire in 86. Now, here in 98, he is immense.
Pop foul again behind the plate.
You know, when you look at the two different swings, when he was younger, he wasn't as bulky. And when he followed through, he held the bat with both hands. But as a member of the Cardinals, you see him many times, because he's so bulky, he's not able to hold that bat going through, but obviously didn't affect his power. He releases that bat.
His forearms are 17.5 inches. Forearms. His biceps are 20 inches. They're as big as most people's legs. This guy has really bulked up.
Now the count's full. And the crowd groans whenever a pitcher falls behind McGwire in fear of seeing him walk.
I think we all like to see him hit one. Everybody wants to see McGwire hit a long home run.
I think there are a bunch of people watching who are Met fans who might dispute that notion about now.
I think as long as the Mets win, they wouldn't mind seeing McGwire hit one.
Got him again. On the outside corner, Leiter gets McGwire for the second time tonight.
He has now struck out 107 times.
And he's talking to himself, walking back to the dugout.
Did he just guess wrong here? Is he looking something dead red, and it looked like Leiter took something off that pitch at the outside corner?
He might have thought that ball was going to be outside, but those are the things that happen. And he throws a fastball that is just on the outside corner. Good strike zone for the umpire, and for the Mets, C.B. Buckner, the umpire, behind home plate.
And a little less oxygen in the lungs temporarily for Al Leiter, who exhaled. A lot of pitchers wait to exhale when it's McGwire. And Brian Jordan goes after the first pitch, and all Ordonez has to do is wait. And that's the second out here in the 6th inning.
I think the fascination with McGwire is not only the number of home runs, but how far he hits the home run.
No question about that.
I mean,
Babe Ruth, all the long home runs are what you look for.
Look at Sammy Sosa, trailing McGwire by 2 home runs. And, you know, he's getting the applause in Chicago, but McGwire is followed by everybody throughout the country because of how far he hits them.
Ron Gant to Ordonez. And the side retired. Leiter has retired 7 in a row now as he gets the Cardinals in order, including McGwire looking to start the inning. Ralph Kiner rejoins us tomorrow night. 6 in the books.
It's the story we're all a part of.
Our state is blessed.
It's about who we are, where we're going, and the friends we make along the way.
Okay, I was going to ask you straight up.
It's about time for News 12 New Jersey, the 24-hour news network dedicated to the Garden State, dedicated to you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Mizar Tourdieu.
And I'm Frank Cipolla. Welcome to the Morning Edition.
News 12 New Jersey. Watch it now on Cablevision Channel 3. sun send you into hiding? Then face the day with Lumar window film. When this high-tech film bonds to your windows, it helps block heat, protect furniture from fading, and cut cooling costs. So stop shutting the sun out with Lumar, the clear answer.
For further information, call Garden State Window Tinting, 1-800-479-8468.
You know how it feels when you're involved in an accident, the stress and confusion of what to do, like calling your insurance, getting towed, the repairs, and you'll need a rental car. It's enough to make your head spin. But don't worry. Mazzaro & Son Auto Body does it all. They'll tow your car, contact your insurance, rent you a car, and attend to any repairs. For 50 years, Mazzaro & Son has been the customer's choice by returning your car in A1 condition as quickly as possible. Remember, it's your choice. Choose Mazzaro & Son.
Where were you on August 5th, 1998?
Gets that curveball hard to over to second. They go to second for one up back to first. It's on the plate. Got a triple play. How about that? Mets triple play.
The Dunbar family of Floral Park, New York, has made the trip to St. Louis to cheer on their favorite team. Catherine, Kevin, and Jim are here. And Jim, I know you're a big Mets fan. You think they got a shot at that wild card spot?
Yeah, but they got to win a lot of games, get ahead of the Cubs, because, like, they got to win.
Absolutely, they got to win. You think they're going to do it, though?
Yeah, they got to do it.
Now, another reason you're here is to see Big Mac, isn't it?
Yeah.
Think he's going to get one?
He might, you know, but we got him twice looking.
All right, that's right. Jim knows where it's at, fellas. They got him twice looking.
And Jim didn't need a scorecard for that. He's paying attention and seeing a pretty good one. 4-2 New York as we go to the 7th. Phillips 0 for 3 tonight. Robbed his last time up by Ray Lankford. Missed inside 2-0. Top of the order for New York, Phillips, Edgardo Alfonso, and John Olerud. And will Olerud have any chances after this upcoming plate appearance? Remember, John still on a 23-game hitting streak, one short of the team record.
He's hit the ball hard twice in this ball game.
Thought he might have had the last one, a fly ball to the warning track in left field, which Ron Gant caught just about up against the wall. There's John in the hole. Three and one now to Phillips. Morris in all the way. Mets scoring 2 in the first. 2-run double by Piazza. 2-run homer by Hundley in the third. And that's hit in the air to straightaway center. Lankford lines it up. 1 out in the New York 7th. Make sure to stay tuned after this game for Fox Sports News on Fox Sports New York. Catch you up with all the stories in sports, plus the scores and highlights you need as well. Fox Sports News on Fox Sports New York. Good night so far for Edgardo Alfonso. Doubled and scored in the first. Singled in the fourth. Infield single. Lays off a fastball. That's hit hard to left field, and Gant has to play it on a hop. 3 hits tonight for Edgardo Alfonso, and John Olerud's coming up. Let's see what else is coming up here on Fox Sports New York. Tomorrow night, Mets, Hundley, Cardinals, McGuire, 8 o'clock here on Fox Sports New York. And then on Wednesday, these teams conclude the 3-game series. Mets and Cardinals, another 8 p.m. start, all live and coming your way this week on Fox Sports New York. So make sure to check your local listings. Well, this could be it for John Olerud, depending how the rest of this game plays out. Olerud on a 23-game hitting streak, but he's 0 for 2 with a walk. Up the middle. That's going to kill the hitting streak, and the double play ends the inning. It could kill the hitting streak if Olerud does not come up again. So the double play started by Ordaz. No runs, a hit, nobody left. And it's time to stretch in St. Louis. The Mets with a 4-2 lead.
Hello?
Susan, it's Fred.
Hi. Are we still on for tonight?
Indeed. I have reservations at Chez Joseph.
Really? That place is always booked.
Well, Shay's a personal friend of mine. Pick you up at 7.
Okay. So, Do you look as good as you sound?
OmniPoint, 100% digital, 0% hassle. Get $179 Ericsson 388, the latest in digital wireless, for $49.
To reduce your bill, call Geico Direct. Unless you believe in the car insurance fairy. Geico. A 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance. At Geico, we settle claims quickly so you can get your car back, because no one likes to bum a ride to work. Geico. A 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Winners are like snowflakes, each one different from the next. Like Carol O'Rourke from Rochester. She just won Win for Life. Winners are special people. I guess that makes me a special people person.
We have a winner! New York Mets baseball is brought to you in part by Discover Card. It pays to discover, accepted where you see the Novus sign. This is one of the most successful franchises in baseball history. St. Louis Cardinals have won 9 world championships along with 6 National League flags. That's a nice pavilion that they've established in the upper deck and left center field, honoring all of the world championship Cardinal teams. Al Leiter of the Mets up by 2 as we go to the last of the 7th. The catcher Tom Pagnozzi takes on the inside corner. Remember, he was called out when he looked at a pitch on the outside corner. And so he's still shaking his head at the strike zone of C.B. Buckner. A little bit more quiet about it, though, than he was last time. Pops that one straight back foul. So quickly, Leiter ahead 0-2.
He was quiet because it was only the first strike and not the third. You know, you were talking about it earlier, how you got to be careful because you're going to go out to catch. You're absolutely correct. Problem is, you also want to be known as a pretty good hitter. So if you feel you've been ripped off, you don't think about what's going to happen when you go out on defense.
They want it away. That's where it is, but it's off the plate. And even Pagnozzi knows that couldn't have been a strike.
Caught Pagnozzi looking back. When you see a hitter look back, it's for location. Yep, there it is. Wanted to see where Mike Piazza was going.
Reaches out to protect the plate. Still 1-2.
Probably peaked again. More so today than ever before, catchers move on the corners, and I like that because the pitcher has confidence to throw the ball in the corner. The only dilemma you have is your tipping location. There's no way around it.
I was amazed to hear Keith Hernandez's story last week about the Mike Scioscia home run against Doc Gooden in the playoffs in '88.
Manny Mota?
Yeah, we'd never heard this before.
Well, a lot of times that goes on the field. If you get a coach and you see a catcher move and the coach whistles, and that means the catcher's moved inside, I mean, that can really help a hitter.
So Mota whistled, Scioscia swung, and the Dodgers wound up winning a key playoff game in 1988. Full count now to Pagnozzi.
I mean, it's easier to steal location than it is the signs of the catcher. And stealing location is very helpful to a hitter.
So it's full to Pagnozzi leading off the Cardinal 7th. And a liner fair down the right field line. Pagnozzi on his way to second. The carom played by Phillips. And it's a leadoff double for Tom Pagnozzi. Ball got loose on the infield, which is why you saw Pagnozzi take an extra couple of steps towards third. Viagra didn't handle the relay throw cleanly.
I'll guarantee you somebody will tell Al Leiter or Mike Piazza. Now, he did not peak here, but we've seen him peak. But somebody's going to tell these guys that Pagnozzi was peaking. He had a nice swing there. Just concentrated on seeing the ball and hitting the ball hard. He picks up a double. Problems hitters have now, if they're peaking, you got to hope the game's not on TV, and if it is, you hope the director doesn't catch you doing it, because that's cause for conversation the next day in the clubhouse.
Fernando Tatis, the number 7 hitter in the order. Remember, the pitcher is due up next. But Matt Morris will not hit in this inning. Ball 1 to Tatis.
They might have John Moore, director in the clubhouse tomorrow, having a conversation. Who else peaks?
That catches the inside corner. So Leiter gets the breaking ball over, and some help now getting ready in the Mets pen. Dennis Cook, the left-hander, and Turk Wendell, the right-hander. Wendell starting to get more important work. Close games, late in games. Pagnazzi leads from second.
Whoa.
And a liner that Leiter grabs. Not in time to get the double play, but Al Leiter, showing goaltending reflexes, robs Tatis.
Great play by Leiter. That's got to be a base hit. That ball was scorched, and Leiter's reaction was terrific.
Did you read his lips? He said, "I didn't see it."
If he saw it, he'd probably ducked. This is a great reaction by Leiter. Bang! Nice play. No wonder he didn't see it. He was ducking.
He did not see it.
Now watch this throw to second base. You saw a body diving into second base and Baerga's body diving towards the pitcher. This ball is hammered. And Leiter ducking, makes the grab, goes to second. Pagnazzi diving one way, Baerga diving the other. This is one reason I wouldn't want to be a pitcher. Wow. Tatis said, "Are you kidding me?" He said he wasn't even looking, and he caught the ball. This is what you call, I'm going to get out of the way, but I'm going to put my glove up, and I hope I catch it. Watch his head. Boom. Nice play by Leiter. And he tried to double Pagnazzi off second base.
So with 1 out, that brings up the number 8 hitter, the pitcher's spot. And it's John Mabry who will pinch hit for Matt Morris. So Morris out of the game.
Mabry with a big home run against the Cubs this weekend.
Yeah, that was the game-winning home run yesterday. Came in the 6th inning as a pinch hitter. Cardinals winning that game 2-1 from the Cubs. And back to second just barely is Pagnazzi.
You know, as tough as Leiter is on left-handers, Tony La Russa either has a lot of, here's Pagnazzi diving back into second base ahead of the tag. Tony La Russa has either a lot of confidence in John Mabry, and he sends him up against Al Leiter, or he doesn't like him. One or the other.
0-1 to Mabry. Guess he doesn't like him.
Well, it's been documented how difficult Leiter is on left-handers. Mabry sitting in the dugout figuring there's no way they're going to call upon me to face Leiter.
Now he's 1 for 3 against him, but with that swing, you wonder what that hit was all about. One of those home runs as a pinch hitter came yesterday.
Well, he showed him. He said, "I hit a home run for you. I helped the club out. What do you do to me? You put me up against Al Leiter." See if Leiter throws him that slider. Yep.
They'll check the swing. So 1 and 2 as Mabry gets a life.
Not a long one if he throws him another slider.
Why would you throw anything else in this situation the way he's looked so far?
If you ever threw him a fastball up and in and then a slider. There's the heater. The heater was in. Now we'll see if they go back away with the slider. Mike Piazza calling a fine ball game. And again.
Handcuffed him. Again, they'll check. Nothing doing again, according to Charlie Relaford.
Well, Mabry and the first 2 swings had real bad swings at the ball away. You know, his first reaction is, "I'm getting out of here." There's the slider away.
So he held up, and now it's a full count. The Leiter was ahead 0-2. After Mabry, he has the shortstop and the number 9 hitter, Luis Ordaz, making Mabry especially important. So the payoff pitch fouled away.
Yeah, pretty good swing there. He knows that Leiter wants to get him out as opposed to facing the right-hander with runners on first and second. So Leiter has to throw him that fastball.
And the payoff pitch. Mabry hanging in.
Yeah, he's having better swings now. It's his count. It's a hitter's count, 3-2 under the circumstances.
Pagnozzi, a slow runner at second. Mabry also a slow runner, the hitter. Got him.
Got him to chase a bad breaking ball.
6 strikeouts now for Al Leiter, 2 men away, and Ordaz is going to be called back. So Tony La Russa lifting his pitcher, also making a move to the bench now. And Eli Marrero, a catcher by trade, will be the pinch hitter.
Well, 3-2, and Leiter goes with the breaking ball. Mabry unable to lay off it. And Mabry'd rather be someplace else right there. Leiter has that stuff that makes hitters uncomfortable, right-handers and left-handers, more so left-handers. He's one of those pitchers that will make a manager change his everyday lineup and load up with right-handed hitters.
Now he'll go after Eli Marrero, batting for Luis Ordaz. Bobby Valentine has pitchers ready in the bullpen. We showed you Cook and Wendell throwing before. And Mabry striking out as the pinch hitter.
That's a guy you get a pat on the shoulder and say, forget it. Don't worry about it.
And Marrero takes it at the knees for a strike. Eli Marrero, a pretty encouraging story, uplifting story. In spring training, they found out that he had thyroid cancer. Missed the beginning of the season, underwent treatments, had a big home run over the weekend in a phenomenal game Saturday, which the Cardinals won in extra innings against the Cubs.
Cardinals feel he's the catcher of the future. They were hoping he would take over this year every day. He's had some nice years in the minor leagues, ready for the big leagues. And when he went through those treatments for cancer, he said, I'll be back during this season. And he made it back.
Pagnozzi, the catcher for the time being, leads from second. 0-2 to Marrero. Off the plate with a fastball. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Eli Marrero. That's with a 4-2 lead. This is the first of a 3-game series. Remember, the Cardinals have won 5 in a row. And Leiter deal off the plate, which is where Piazza wanted it. So the count even now.
But Leiter is strong because he throws a lot of pitches every start.
And basically, he's been a 7-inning pitcher this season.
Well, Bobby Valentine has monitored the pitches along with Bob Apodaca. And when he gets into the danger zone, they pull him out.
This will be a 2-2 pitch. Rip foul. Even though Leiter on average will get you about 7 innings, he has thrown 3 complete games for Bobby Valentine so far this year. His last one, a 2-0 shutout over the Expos on the 16th of June.
He wants to talk to Mike Piazza. Now we've seen Al Leiter talking to the catcher in the dugout a lot, and he is usually controlling the conversation. He just told Mike Piazza what he wanted to throw. Now Mike has to go back and give the signs so the infielders can see it. Bobby Valentine talking to the pitching coach Bob Apodaca. The reason those signs are being flashed now is for the infielders because Al Leiter knows what Piazza's going to call.
Outside, full count. Pat Kelly, the leadoff hitter for the Cardinals, is on deck. Leiter up over 120 pitches now on a hot, humid night here in St. Louis. Remember, Pagnozzi is a slow runner at second base, so a base hit to the outfield does not necessarily mean a run. But it doesn't matter. Marrero 0 goes down on strikes. 7 strikeouts for Leiter. Oh, again, Bobby Valentine has to like what he's seen. Leiter helping himself. He gave up a leadoff double to Pagnazzi, but then incoming, and he recovered and almost doubled the runner-up. Tatis thought he had a base hit.